Hello, my name is Rachel Greenberg. I go to Da Vinci Science High School, and today I'll be talking to you about the effects of deforestation on the health and population of jaguars in the tropics of Honduras and compared to those in the Amazon. So, deforestation is negative all across the board as it negatively affects animal life due to climate change and habitat loss. It contributes to climate change because when a mass quantity of trees are cut down, all of their stored CO2 or carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere, creating greenhouse gases, and those greenhouse gases help warm up the atmosphere, making certain ecosystems and habitats unsuitable for certain life forms. So once everything is heated up and certain animals have a harder time surviving in their atmosphere and are more likely to die off when their usual circumstances for life are not at their certain level. It also contributes to habitat loss because once their food and water and shelter resources are literally taken away, those animals have nowhere to turn. So if they're deprived of their food, which is either a nut or a berry or a fruit that comes from trees, those animals have a harder time finding other ways to scavenge around and find other food sources. It also makes bigger animals bigger predators of the smaller animals, because if the bigger animals are deprived of their certain type of food, they're going to be more likely to prey on the smaller animals who are going to have a harder time surviving in general. And if species A goes extinct, then the symbiosis between species A and species B will be all off, because if species A is gone, species B is going to have a much harder time surviving when they can't rely on species A anymore. And then bigger species, again, are going to be able to rely or to prey on species B, making both species A and B not able to survive in their usual circumstances. So the main question that we're trying to figure out is, how does deforestation affect animals, and how does it, what is the connection or the relation to animals who don't live in a deforested area? So this information will allow us to see how the jaguars in the Amazon, which is a fully healthy forest, how their life is compared to the jaguars in Honduras, which is highly deforested and is very non-suitable for jaguar life anymore. So we'll be able to see and compare and figure out what we need to do in order to restore Honduras back to the Amazon level almost. We'll be able to do this by sending a team to the Amazon for about 2 weeks. This team will consist of a transportation and technical professional, a recorder and organizer of the information, 3 observers who will make connections between the jaguar behavior and the surroundings, so finding out what is it about the deforestation or what is it about the trees and their surroundings that allow them to act this certain way, and why isn't that able to happen in the deforested area like Honduras. There will be a jaguar handler and then a trip advisor, and for the first 2 weeks they'll be making connections between the jaguars and the surroundings in the Amazon and seeing, okay, this is the normal standards of a jaguar and this is what it needs to be like all the time. And then there will be a 3-week period after that in Honduras, and this will be a little bit longer because there are less trees and less jaguars to make connections with, so it'll be harder to figure out and make observations. But when that is over, there will be a 2-month period back in the US where the team will come up with conclusions as to why certain animals act that way in the Amazon, and then how it can be changed in Honduras. And once an entire plan of restoration for Honduran jaguars and tropics is made up, then there'll be a 1-year-long restoration process, planting and growing trees in Honduras, and after that it'll be exponential growth of tree life and jaguar life. Thank you very much for watching my honors presentation. See you next time.